Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Tour de France 24, episode number 30. We are still at the Dauphine. It's stage 6 of 8. 6, 7, and 8 are all climbing stages. Two medium mountains followed by a full mountain stage. This one, on paper, not so bad. We'll see how we do, though. Not this climb, but the next climb is expected to be pretty tough. We'll see how much recovery we get after this particular climb. We also have a large breakaway today of 24 riders that had a pretty healthy advantage, looking like the victory could come from the breakaway. But as we get through almost to the base, yeah, recovery is not complete. Not a very steep descent, so recovery is mild. I've hit 100%. McNulty got to 99, but we're already on the flat and ready to go up again. Cockard's already in need of a blue gel. And let's check in at the front. Yeah, all 24 still together.
Okay.
And a number of quality riders there. Carlos Rodriguez, who's chasing me in the Young Riders classification, is amongst that group. All right. Got a long ways to go on the climb here. It's a pretty steep one. And that's it for Cockard. Quinn and Toynes are not going to last much longer. Let's go ahead and use their gels. They're the other ones providing protection. Cockard was protecting McNulty, so he'll be okay. This is after Toynes and Quinn get dropped that we'll switch to Hamilton and then McNulty. And that's it for them. So let's go ahead and get Hamilton on Vine. And we'll get McNulty protecting me.
I'm coming to protect you.
And we need to gel up for these four, because we are definitely not yet done climbing.
Okay, I'll consume a feed. Okay, I'll consume a feed.
This is the big climb, so this is the one you want to try to hang on for. We're down to 50 in the group, but I'm down to 4. And there's another acceleration there. And there is Hamilton fading. We're down to 30. Down to 7 at the front. Carlos Rodriguez still there, but not far ahead now, just 50 seconds.
He'll be the new polka dot jersey. He can no longer be caught
Carlos
today.
Rodriguez, Johannesson, Ciccone, Woods over the top for the points. McNulty does get dropped. We're down to 8, but Vine is still here. I'm still here. That's good. We're in good shape here. We're going to get some recovery on the descent. Maybe I should take control and try to maximize that recovery. We're down to 7. Vine gets dropped. He has not fallen.
The leader of the general classification does not necessarily have to attack. Depending on his lead, he can simply follow attacks and counter at the very end of the stage.
McNulty catches Vine. That's now a group of 7 chasing. And that is the descent. Not quite covered. It's going to be flatter for a little
Man
bit.
at the front will soon be onto the closing sequence of this stage. The Côte de Notre Dame de Bellecombe, followed by the ascent to the Cré-Volant ski resort.
Vine barely recovered, 20 seconds behind us. Okay, here we go. Now we are climbing 6K from the end. Ciccone is now solo ahead of Carlos Rodriguez, and we are just under a minute behind. I'm going to climb maximum speed here. This is not the end of it, though. 3.2K to the top of this Cat 3, but it's 6K overall. Okay, having to speed up to go along with it.
2 and 1 point will be handed out at the top of the climb
Woods
to the
from the break getting caught. Johannesson also.
Breakaway's being reeled in.
Look at that gel, we've slowed down. Didn't drop anyone. Ciccone is the last one at the front. Bardet is still here. Oh, that's right. It's a French company that made this game. Enough said. Okay, following. Easing off a little. Down to 6. Carlos Rodriguez and Vingegaard have dropped. Roglic has dropped. And we've caught Ciccone. Vine is well behind. I get 1 point over the top. Okay, very short descent, and then we head for the finish. Following Pogacar through here, you can see how much faster he is. Okay, taking control. This is it. This is the final climb. Pogacar. Not riding. There's only 4 of us. Can I attack them? I have not gained any separation. Not at all. Yes, I have. It's Bardet, the only one who's able to go with me. Evenepoel, then Pogacar, then Gall. And I've left behind Bardet.
The red pennant is in sight. Another kilometre of climbing for the front of the race.
Last kilometre, I've been caught. Back to a group of 3. I don't have anything to attack with, so I'm probably not looking at a stage win. But Bardet gets dropped, so I'm looking at a top 2. Following Evenepoel, close to the line, close to the line. I can only attack right at the end. Here's where we can make that push. We get ahead of Evenepoel. A little early on the bike throw, but it's enough. We got the win. What? Whew. Jay Vine finishes 3:22 down in 19th on the stage. To Bernal, it was 2:47. Vingegaard in 11th was 2:10. Ciccone holds on well for a 10th place finish. Madoe shows up on same time at 2:05. Roglic was a minute 45 down. Van Wilder 1:36. Pogacar and Gall a minute 18. How do I beat Pogacar? That's insane. Carapaz 41. Bardet 37 seconds down. Evenepoel gets same time as I, and he and I both pick up time bonuses on top of it, 10 and 6 seconds. Pick up some KOM points too, but just 3. So that is not something we are going to feature in the under 25s, though should be firmly in my hands following this particular stage. And I'm definitely going to be moving up in the GC, but not that far. Top 5, though, I would think. So Pogacar still leads. It's Bardet, who is 30 seconds behind. Vingegaard drops to a minute 8 down. And I move into the top 5, specifically 4th place, and just a minute 16 down with 2 stages remaining. But the hardest stage is the final stage, and I'm bound to lose some time there as I don't quite have the mountain rating. I have the medium mountain. This was medium mountain, so I have a decent rating for that, and I got a tremendous performance out of it, but I'm not sure I can replicate that on the final stage. I don't think I'll lose a ton of time. I know how to ride smooth and not burn energy and go at my pace and do all right with it, but a big climb is going to see me get dropped with near certainty. But can I limit the loss? At this point, limiting the losses would be extremely helpful because Roglic is 45 seconds behind, and Evenepoel is a minute and a half down on me. Lutsenko. Vine is still 8th at 4:09, so still a competitive position, though he's certainly lost a decent chunk of time today. Carapaz comes way up the order to 9th place. Johannesson rounding out the top 10. I am somehow in contention on the points classification, but it's really not something I'm trying to target at all. I don't think that I'm really in contention for that. But that young rider's minute and a half ahead of Evenepoel, and that is the one to really watch out for. I think we've got Johannesson, Pidcock, Van Wilder taken care of. Still ahead on the team classification. In fact, further ahead now, 4 minutes, but that last stage could be where things fall apart for us. Good haul of points today brings me up to 400, but Pogacar is breathing down my neck. He has been gaining throughout this race, but this stage we opened that up with the victory. him taking the overall is, what, 100 points? If he takes the stage on top of it, 125 for the day. So he could still finish this race ahead of us in the individual rankings, but things are obviously going really well at the moment in this race. Crazy start to stage 7. Tough climb at the beginning. We're nearly done ascending, even though we already finished the climb a little while ago. But looking at our energy, the whole team is just at their end, at their limit. There is no breakaway either. Peloton shrinking, 145 left. We've left a lot of riders out the back. Cockard was very, very close to getting dropped. I used his gel. Toynes was very close to getting dropped. I used his gel. We are now seeing recovery, and we are now seeing our first breakaway of the day, and we're seeing our first recovery period. We are a long, long ways off from the feed zone as well. So right into the next climb with some recovery, yes, but we're climbing. So again, we're struggling, and it's only 50 seconds to a now small breakaway group that Eatfelt in that group off the front. Rider gaining some notoriety here during this real-life La Vuelta. Undulation through here is not doing anyone any favors. And finally, we are allowing the gap to the front group to open up a bit and easing off, and recovery begins. 113 left in the peloton. I would imagine there's a chance for others to come back, but it's 2 minutes to the next group. The Girmay group is 14 riders, and 4 minutes down where we're 2 minutes. Now, of course, there's 113 of us, so we are stretched. The front rider might be 230 down, but the back rider is 40 seconds before he passes the same point, so it's not impossible that those back markers will regain contact. How many riders made it to the front in the end? Gegenhardt plus 4 others, so there's 5 there. Only is coming back towards the peloton, it looks like, and the chase is on. This is turning into a pretty chaotic day. By the way, speaking of chaotic day, we're down to 91 kilometers. That explains a lot as to why we've seen this early chaos, why it's been such an aggressive stage, is because it's a short stage. And with the feed zone coming as late as it is, this is likely to be a very small peloton by the time we even reach the feed zone. I think that Cat 1 climb ahead of us is going to absolutely decimate this field. 129, that chase group did make contact, the Girmay group. So they're back. Gegenhardt claiming the sprint point. And here we go. Small Cat 4. Johannesson in the break again. Been there like every day. And we're going to crest this one and recover. This is also going to put us into a strange position of it's absolutely time to focus on the race. Vine is still in the top 10, so we're going to protect him as well.
Okay, I'm coming to protect you.
And we climb. First of 2 Cat 1s. 8.6 kilometers, 8.2% gradient. Not easy, but definitely not mega. Cockard will fade soon. And that's happening right now. So he is going to be relieved by Quinn. Quinn protecting me. Cockard out the back, 71 left in the peloton, so nearly half of the group is dropped. And as the feed zone comes after this climb, let's go ahead and use everyone's gels. 3K from the top. Toynes is dropped. He nearly crested in the group, but not quite. Gall. Koos out the back. Wow. 53 left. I'm looking real good. No one else is quite there. Hamilton, go ahead and protect Vine.
Okay, I'll protect him.
Feed zone coming. No need for the red gels. Everybody's maxed out on their red. And there you go. We have one more gel. One more big climb, and then we finish on a small Cat 3. After a decent enough descent that's going to recover you a bit. I think you can just about crest this Cat 1 with nothing left and be okay without losing time. If you have something left, obviously, you're going to be able to go a little faster. A little false climb. It's going to flatten out for a bit. And this is the last bit of flat land that we're going to be on with today's stage.
Joined up with a league group.
Oh, 53. Yellow jersey. Gadger out the back? No. Okay. I'm the only one who's not going to use their gel right now.
Okay, I'll consume a feed. Okay, I'll consume a feed.
Protecting Vine, by the way. Okay, Vine's out the back anyway. McNulty. I'm the leader now, so you're protecting me. Down to 38. No breakaway anymore. 7.5K. 8.1% on the climb. I need to be running this thing smoothly here. Down to 36 in the group. Ciccone out the back.
There will be 10 mountain jersey points for the riders first over the top.
Good amount of energy. Red bar, though. Already taking a bit of a hit. McNulty.
Okay, I'll consume a feed.
See, based on my teammates anyway, that you could expect that this group is going to blow up here very soon. It's already down to 34. Here comes the acceleration that's going to blow it up. Pidcock out the back already. McNulty out the back. Vlasov goes out the back. Ayuso. Vine's out the back. Way too early for him.
They're riding hard behind. This isn't the moment
Adam Yates and Simon Yates.
You are 2 kilometers from the summit. Watch your opponents.
Steep here. Ucha Brooks, Bernal, O'Connor all dropped. Landa dropped. I was just beside him a moment ago.
Keep an eye on him.
Van Wilder
He's the best climber in
dropped.
the breakaway.
Okay, I'm not sure I can keep this tempo going all the way to the top. Let's lock in tempo and back off just a little. 1K from the summit. Down to 6. Now it's really blown up. Van Aert, Bilbao. Bilbao's like 10th or something. Gil Martin just dropped. We're down to 9. Carapaz is dropped. %10 gradient right now as we approach the top. I'm going to speed up a little bit if I can get those points and drop one more rider while we're at it, like Godou. I'll take those points.
Reduce speed a bit.
10 points.
Otherwise you'll hit the wall.
7 of us remain here. Almeida, among those, Carlos Rodriguez. Okay, we're going to get a little uphill section right here. So we'll just ride tempo. Recovered a little bit, but not as much as I would like. It's going to be a difficult final climb. Cresting, Evenepoel is here. Roglic, Moss are in the group. Okay, big corner. We're okay there. Little tuck. And the big corner. Ooh, it's flat through here. Flat, flat, flat. We're a minute 16 ahead of the chasers. Which means we're really going to open things up for that next stage. It's only 5%, but I will take the tuck. I will definitely take the tuck. Somebody should be overtaking me if they want to ride faster. Really? Nobody wants to ride but me.
The final climb has begun.
Okay, on to the final climb. 3.6K. I think this tempo is definitely easy to maintain for that. We'll see if anybody wants to overtake me. I do not want to be the one reading this out, but nobody wants to ride any faster. I want to put damage into the other chasers, even if it costs me the stage. I don't want to lose time, but I don't mind not getting the bonus seconds. 2.6K now. Steeper now. Here we go. From the others. Following Vingegaard and Roglic. Pogacar. Hindley's the other one with us. 2K to go. I might have to use the rest of my gel.
Try to manage things so that you don't blow up.
Flat through here.
Watch out. You'll soon be
Nope.
burned out. Take a seat.
Gotta go my tempo for the last K.
The leading men will soon be under the red pennant. Who will come out on top today?
We are gonna lose a little time. And as they're attacking here, it's gonna be a good amount of time that I'm losing. Roglic takes the win. Evenepoel, Vingegaard, Pogacar, Hindley, Moss. I'm gonna hang on for 7th. Well ahead of the chasers, but 51 seconds down. The big acceleration at 3K to go. I should have probably backed off a little bit sooner so I could ride a little bit better tempo to the finish. I probably would have been 10, 15 seconds closer had I done that, but at least I did avoid blowing up and losing more time. 51 seconds on the front 6. No big surprise. I don't have that big of a mountain rating yet. That was a lot of climbing down the stretch there. My teammates were gone long before me. I finished exactly 7 minutes ahead of Jay Vine, who finished 31st on the stage. Very different from what we saw in the previous stages. Also, I finished well ahead of the chasers, at least. It's going to put me in a still pretty strong position in the overall, but it definitely hurt the situation there. I gained 10 points today in the KOM. Don't think I'm going to be contending for that, but it was one of those, I was there, you might as well see what you got. Okay. GC, Pogacar leads, Vingegaard's up to 2nd, Roglic is up to 3rd. I'm at 2:01 down in 4th place. Evenepoel is up a spot to 5th. Bardet lost time today. He's 4:04 down, and realistically, top 4 seems very, very plausible right now, though Bardet, at 2 minutes down that last stage, he could outclimb me and move ahead. But Carapaz, 5 minutes behind. If I'm steady, I could easily be within 5 minutes. Yeah, I say easily. It's going to be a hard stage. It's going to be a hard stage, and I'm bound to lose time. At this point, I am not looking forward to big-time climbers ahead of me, a trio of them. I'm looking over my shoulder at Evenepoel going, yeah, he's probably going to beat me half a minute. I think that's pretty easy for him. Bardet is not an elite climber. He's a better climber than I am. So I hopefully can hold him off. Carapaz at 5 minutes down. I'm hoping that is a safe distance, a safe gap. Vine drops to 14th. Here's why I went after those 10 points, because all of a sudden I'm only 7 down on Ciccone for the KOM. So tiny chance that I actually could get it. 35 seconds ahead of Evenepoel for the young rider. I'm probably going to end up losing it on this last stage. And wow, massive drop off. Down to a very distant 2nd in the team classification. 8 minutes to the break after the very first climb of the day. 2 Cat 2s, 4 Cat 1s before we finish on a Cat 3. It's bad and not bad. It's a lot of climbs. But there is no Ors Cat climb. It's just a frequent number of rather difficult ones. So far through the first 2 climbs, I've been letting the team do their own thing. Everyone keeping their energy as high as we can get it. here is where we're going to start to change things up. Cockard and Toynes set to go to work. First cat 1, 8.5K, 7.7%. Watching the energy. It's going fast. Wow, it's going fast. Okay. Remember, we do have a feed zone coming up after this one, so I think we are going to go ahead and tell everyone to gel up at this point.
I'll consume a feed.
Because it's not gonna, it's not gonna max out. Peloton down to 110, 100. Not over the top yet. It flattened out a little bit there, but we crest. Toynes is gone as well, so we're down to 5 and down to 84 in the peloton. And it's 9 minutes to the break. The breakaway is going to win the stage today from the looks of things. And we're heading into back to back to back cat 1s. No valleys. Just climb, base of the climb, right into the next climb. So Hamilton, gel now, and actually let's just all gel now, as this peloton is down to 51 riders. So that's already the last gel of the day. And the group's thinning rapidly, 30 left. Nolte's still protecting me, so that's what I needed. Vine will have to take the turn. He's down far enough position-wise. I need all the help I can get. 23 left. 18. Something just happened. Bardet attacked and O'Connor. They didn't attack. There was just separation. They're just right there, though. Zimmerman, Geschke, Conchi are the front three. Johannesson, 3.5 minutes down. Dunbar, Ciccone, and then, 20 of us, really. I think it'll come back together in a moment. Feel it. Okay, McNulty's about to get dropped. Let's tell him to use that red gel now. We're just at the base of the climb, so it's going to be... They got dropped. They both got dropped. I'm in the front 9. Okay, now we're 15, but is that because we caught guys ahead of us? Did Roglic just... No, it's Sobrero. Just 8 minutes down, by the way, and the front is down to 2, so you're going to come back faster and faster, but... Okay, watching my energy output, we're not riding that hard. Not riding that hard, so we're okay right now. Crest on this one, and I'm in the final 16. 2 ahead, but 8 minutes, Pretty sure that they've got the stage wrapped up. That's a big advantage. And we definitely don't have a lot of firepower to be chasing. Vine in the chase group, that's 3 minutes back. One more Cat 1 left in this tour. Watching the energy, though. Watching the energy. Okay, we've topped the 100% effort once. Just for a fraction of a second. So we're still okay to speed it up a little longer. Van Eetveld out the back. But there's still another climb after this, even though it's not going to be as severe. Down to just 5.5 minutes behind, too. We are gaining pretty dang rapidly on them. Faster than I thought we would. I will conserve the energy. Like I said, I'm not looking ahead. I'm looking behind me, over the shoulder. So if I'm holding, I'm happy. Near the top, not much energy left. Conchi over the top first. Still at least 6 riders ahead of us.
The final climb has begun. The Col de Rome. 6 kilometers on a slope that averages out at 5.6% in order to reach the finishing line.
I want to arrow tuck and get as much energy as I can, but let's get a lay of the land. So Conchi alone, 2 minutes ahead of Geschke. Dunbar and Lutsenko are 2.5 down. Matthews, Johannesson, Zimmerman, and then comes my group of 14 with the favorites. The top 10 is nearly all here. Nearly. Not all. Like, I don't see 10th. I don't see 9th. So there are some riders missing. Kus is slightly out the back, Sombrero, and then the chase group is 4.5 minutes behind us. I need to aero tuck, so I'm going to take control.
There's an attack at the head of the peloton.
Moment that you can. Bad corner there. Held on too long to that aero tuck. I accelerated quick there. We've had a little bit of a down trajectory there for a moment, and this is going to do it. Here we go. Final climb? No? Yes, 6.1k. And Pogacar immediately on the attack. I'm not worried about Pogacar. Let him go. He's not the one I'm chasing. Let somebody else come through. I am still in the group of 8 chasing him. Roglic got dropped. Moss got dropped. Here comes Hindley and crew. Just got to set my tempo now. There goes Bardet. Here they go. They had more left than me, and then Roglic caught back up. But I'm not losing 5 minutes, that's for sure. But will I lose 1 minute? Was Evenepoel here? Was Evenepoel in that group? There's 3k to go still. Oh, man. Almost past the steep part. Yeah, virtually taking the white jersey from us means Evenepoel is in that group. I wisely realized that Pogacar off the front was not threatening to me. But then I got all glittery-eyed when I saw that I had separation behind me. Conchi takes the stage. No surprise, he was 2 minutes ahead of everybody else. I still have 2k to go to the top. It's a long ways to go yet. Pogacar has his separation. Bardet also has separation now. I'm going to get into needing my gel here in just a moment to not bonk out. Pogacar has already finished. Bardet now finishes. Okay, gel to counteract the effort. You can see I'm actually making up ground on whoever I'm chasing here.
Otherwise you'll hit the wall.
Evenepoel took 10th. Vingegaard 11th. That's it for the gel. And it flattens out here and almost actually even descends, so I can kind of push on to the finish. Yeah, there we go. Used every last ounce of energy. Not quite there yet with the elite climbers, but man, we're getting close. 4:43 down overall, but the first 4 were all breakaway riders. Pogacar was 1:36, so 3 minutes down on Pogacar. And then just about like 2 minutes on the rest of the group there, which I was with there for quite a while. A couple breakaway riders slipping back behind them. So Vingegaard, that chase group, mostly came in all together, just 10 seconds behind Bardet. Otherwise, they were all together. Myself, Hindley came back at me a bit, but he was still 23 seconds down. I definitely waited a little too late before I backed off and went my own pace. But again, I should have gone my own pace in the first place and not gone, ooh, I have separation, push on. That was dumb. That was dumb, and that cost me at least a minute. Vine was 15 minutes behind, though, so any points that he was going to pick up for us are final standings. I do slip out of the top 5, but I was comfortably ahead of the rest. Bardet did get me in the end by half a minute. Evenepoel did get ahead of me as well, but otherwise the top 5 was unchanged outside of me slipping down to 6th. Carapaz, Hindley, Jan Izagir gets up to 9th. O'Connor gets 10th. Vine ended up 22nd. Koeb, Lutsenko won it. Pogacar won the points. Evenepoel takes the under 25s off of my shoulders on the final day. And then we slipped to 5th as a team there in the end. And no competition for us. I had 2 kilometers off the front alone in this race. I still pick up a good haul of points, enough to keep me number 1 in the individual rankings for the time being, but of course Tour de France is up next and there's no way that I'm winning that one, and there's a huge haul of points. So 442 is a great position to be in. I've done really well on the season as a whole so far, but by days at number 1 are extremely limited. Bagacher now at 396. Hopefully I have some progression from this. If I can pick up a few points, it'll make it a little easier for trying to go for that King of the Mountains. I think I could absolutely contend for it, but it's not going to be easy. Mohoric slips to 3rd. Evenepoel jumps to 4th. Roglic 5th. Vingegaard only 6th place. The real contenders are starting to emerge. The big 4 are emerging all into the top 6 now. Mohoric and I spoiling the party a little bit. As a team, 810 points. Still 2nd place. So UAE closed the gap on us, but well, what a season we're having. This is far beyond expectations. I have just over half of the points for the team, but that's a big sign, right? The previous seasons I was scoring vast majority of the points, 90%, 80%. All of a sudden this year it's down to 55, 60%. So more and more the talent surrounding me is getting better and more helpful as I obviously continue to progress. And look, like, we're not going to win the team rankings, and we're probably not going to finish 2nd, but we're also not going to be finishing 14th or 10th. I mean, we've got to be headed to top 5 in the team rankings. The Tour will obviously really lay the groundwork for where we're going to finish. I doubt we're going to move up or down much following the Tour, but I have a feeling that we're absolutely going to move down. Can we hang on to 3rd or 4th? Regardless, it's going to come with a massive payout that we're not used to. A good chunk of that's going to go to my increased salary, but we are absolutely going to have room to get better riders for the next season. And then, of course, in that next season, that new focal point will be to focus on the major races. Progression, not as mighty as I was hoping. Win a medium mountain stage, that was our 3rd. We've done that. Finish a medium mountain stage, 10th. We've done that. And lead over a Cat 1 or Ars Cat climb 3 times. So we do pick up some points here. Mountain and medium mountain. So for mountain, we gain 1. It's a 74. Finish a mountain stage, 1 away. Obviously, that's going to happen with the Tour. Finish the Tour. That's 2 more points. And this is why we're not ready to compete yet for the Tour de France. 74 rating. I can't even... I can crack the top 10, right, with the Dauphiné, but I'm not good enough for the major mountains that you're going to get at the Tour. Adding 1 mountain point is not going to get us there yet. But going out and competing for the KOM, I only need 1 more Cat 2 to get a point. I need 2 more Cat 1s to get a point. I need finishing a mountain stage, finishing the Tour de France. Like, there's 5. I can come out of the Tour de France with a 79 mountain rating. Win the polka dot jersey, I can come out with an 80 mountain rating and then be ready to go win the Tour de France next year. Medium mountain, I pick up 2 points. Finishing Lombardia and the Tour de France will get me 2 more. That'll get me to an 80. And winning some medium mountain stages, a couple of those. Finishing top of the Cat 2. So I can get 80 plus on the medium mountain easily this season. Maybe at the Tour I can get to 80. I'll definitely get 79, right? Finish the Tour. And the Cat 2. I've got to be leading at least one of those during those 21 stages, going for the KOM. So yeah, I should be 80 plus by the end of the Tour. Hills. Win a hilly stage 5 more times. Yeah, I'm not sure hills are going to go up much more anytime soon. Acceleration, 3 intermediate sprints. That'll be a target for the Tour to get at least 3 of those. Win a flat stage. It's not going to happen at the Tour. I keep bypassing the flat stages these days. I'm wondering if I can compete for the points classification. Being in the breakaway almost every day, I might win a flat stage. I might be able to if I went for it. Sprints. 3 intermediate sprints or winning a flat stage will bring that up a couple points. And flat. What do we need for this one? Just winning flat stages. I'm really only going to gain maybe 1 more point in flat. That'll take a win of a flat stage, and then that's all that can boost that. But yes, this Tour de France could and should get the mountain and medium mountain up to where it needs to be to go be a proper contender for GC at all the big races, where we can then turn and dominate next season. And that's why I'll be focusing on just the big races, because an 80 mountain and an 80 medium mountain, I'm hanging with them now till the final couple kilometers as it is on major-ish stages. If I hit an 80 in both of those, if I succeed at that, get to an 80 in both medium mountain and mountain, yeah, it's going to be a different game from there. I think we're going to be really strong at that point and should be able to win the Tour next year. That's going to do it for this episode, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.